Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I am full queue developer and make apps. Today, I have a new design from my designer for a new app that we want to build. I'm pretty excited about it and thought that building it on stream would be a great idea. So it's an app to track symptoms for health. The designer has looked at other apps that do this and isn't quite happy with the ones that are out there. So he designed a new one and I'm excited to build it. So I started building an empty project just to get us started. Do a bunch of that stuff off stream. Have app delegate with nothing in it. All it does is start up a scene configuration. And a scene delegate, create a window, and assign the view controller to the root. And lastly, the view controller has a label that says hello on a green background centered in the middle of the screen. And this is what it looks like. So that's our starting point of where we're starting from. And we're going to work every day in the afternoons, Eastern time, to build this app. And hope that you'll join me. So here's the mock-up of the screen that we're doing today. I don't know if you can see those lines there. But if you have a list of symptoms and you mark if you had them that day or not, and then you can view a summary or you can add symptoms. But today we're only doing this middle screen here. So let's get started. Where's the best place to put the mockup? We'll leave it off screen for now. Okay. So because SwiftUI is not quite ready for prime time, basically because of navigation, we'll be doing all of our navigation in UIKit still. But I do plan to build the screens in SwiftUI. Start by making a new screen. Call it home screen, I guess. Today's screen? What screen is this? Yeah, I guess the today screen is a good enough name. Can always change the name later. I don't know if import SwiftUI. Start. Now our screen. Today's screen. SwiftUI view. Body. And now just say a text. Let's get a preview going. The today's screen preview provider. How do we? It is checked. Oh, there we go. Let me go ahead. Hello. Hey, so this should be today's screen. Updates automatically. SwiftUI. Okay. Here's the mockup again. So we have a list of symptoms and then 3 rows of, I guess, checkboxes or circles to say if it happened, matching the last 3 days. It looks title at the top saying today. Okay. Start with our stack. Symptoms. Each is hard coded for now. Let's see. Will be a text that says dizziness. Cell is sideways, so we'll put it in a horizontal stack. Sort of the dot view, if you will, the last 3-day view, if you will. It's going to be its own H stack. Yes, we'll just use emojis for. Oh no, let's see if we can find something in. That matches sort of a dot or no dot. There's a search in here. There's a dot with a square, sort of an empty circle. There's an empty circle. There's a filled circle. I guess those will be pretty good for just getting started. Circle and circle fill. So I'll have image of system name. That's how the SFUI. Sorry, SF symbols. SwiftUI. Put a space between. And like all the way to the edges. Let's get some padding on there. Get the pad out. There we go. Next one was headache, and the headache was only yesterday. Only yesterday. So that nausea was today. diarrhea, constipation, and bloating. And I think you can see that we're starting to get a little bit of a pattern here. We can start to sort of pull out some of these items. We can start by pulling out, say, a symptom cell, I suppose. Name. Last 3 days, I guess. What's the best way to represent? It's like an array of days, I guess. It's like sort of on or not, present or not. Not yes, or like an array of booleans, I guess. Well, we'll try that out and see how it goes. Doesn't sound great. But I guess this view is limited to only 3 in an array. Is just like so many. I guess it's sort of a tuple booleans more than a just an array. Last occurred. I don't love it. As we build out, I'm sure see what it is. For it. So we do. Copy from our here. The name. Then our H stack will be last 3 days occurred. Maybe it is better to have it as an array. Really not sure which way this is going to go. I guess what's the data going to be coming from? Maybe that's a way to think about it. Data is going to be coming from, presumably dates and a sort of yes or no list from the database. Dates. What's the easiest way? The easiest way for this, yeah, it would be entries on the symptom and if it happened or not. Yeah, so this is sort of last or recent entries, I guess. And do we want to force this to be 3 or let it grow or shrink? I guess letting it grow or shrink and only passing in as many as we need. Because I guess like on wider screens like an iPad, you might want to see like more than just the watch. Maybe you'll get the last one because the screen is so small. Tuple is just not that flexible. So I'm gonna kind of go back to an array, and yeah, this is going to be a symptom. And it's just gonna be the bool from the symptom entry. I'm not sure if I'm getting ahead of myself. Because I don't think we can loop through just a list of booleans. We need to have unique identifiers. Yeah. Well, it's not identified. It needs some kind of record type. If we have our symptom, so to speak, and a symptom. So we're getting sort of to the data layer here. Back a little. Because we need something identifiable loop through. Symptom has an ID. Just be identifiable. Symptom has a name. And symptom has a bunch of entries. Ooh, I'm starting to think about the database layer now, aren't I? That's like really, really down the road. Just trying to get these items on the screen here. Given a list of entries, in the database, the last 3 days show this screen. That's what we're trying to do here. And if we sort of pretend the database isn't there yet, we're going to get to the database, but it's not here yet. We don't want to prematurely optimize for that. We want to make our view models work perfectly. Use not the other way around, which is my whole philosophy. The thing closest to the human is what drives the design of the software. The way that it feels in your hand, the way you touch something, the way you interact with it and see it. That's the primary. That's the most important thing in making an app. Is the person using it. Everything is in support of that. But I don't want the database, for example, the data problems with the database to affect the user. I want the best thing for the user to affect how we design the data. Using those two extremes as examples. Here we're just in the view and talking about view models. I'm getting a little ahead of myself thinking about the database. That's why. So this is more of a sort of a today view model, I guess. Today symptom name. Or yeah, even better, today view model. Bunch of symptoms. We can define that. Oops. There we go. And this will be identified. We'll have a UUID. And it will have a name. Yeah, so a view model, not necessarily identifiable, but it has a bunch of symptoms. Each symptom is identifiable and has a bunch of entries. And these are view model entries. They're scoped onto the today view model. I guess it's like is occurred, did occur, symptom did occur this day. And I guess we should say the date. And the date be identifiable? Does that work? Like it did. So the symptom cell gets a symptom. That's a view model symptom. Dot entries. There we go. Okay, then for each entry, if entry did occur, the circle or except did occur, we fill it. Okay, so now instead of all this typed out stuff, you can say we have a view model, which is a view model. For each symptom in the view model. I think that to be plural. Oh, it was supposed to be. Symptoms. For each symptom in the view model, we show the symptom cell. Wasn't that I was expecting past this. So to pass in the symptom and then adjust the initializer. Oh, it still has the name. Okay, so we can remove that. And then, oh, what's the problem? Oh, this should be okay. Argument view model, exactly. So now in the preview, we can fill in view model. Let's make some symptoms. Just create a random UID. First name was penis. And head. Three entries. So we want day, the day before, and the day before that. 2 days prior were false. How many seconds are in it? Eat something, right? Test. Okay. Penis. I guess we can make sure that it looks right. Resume preview. We have 2 days instances. It looks great. We can move this. That one. You need to type in things from. Oh, I guess I'll turn off the canvas. Bring this in so we can see both that side off. Okay, so I guess this is gonna look pretty similar for each one. This one was true, false. Was nauseous today, but not yesterday. Diarrhea. Only the first day, but 2 days. Loading happened first 2 days. Okay. Turn preview back on. Zoom it, and it matches. Cool. This should probably great. So let's commit that and then do some cleanup. So I use Power for my Git commits. And I made a branch for each day of the stream so that follow along later. Yeah, we did, first pass list. View data from miners. Mockup. I'll push the tub. Okay, so back to here. So what's missing? Missing kind of marker that shows what day it is. This is the today screen. Missing the buttons for view summary and for adding symptoms. And this should probably float upwards instead of floating in the middle. Okay, well, let's start with putting a title on top. And what's the best way to do that? Do we want to have our titles as the navigation view titles? Or do we want to have our own sort of title bar? They don't know that we'll need our own title bar yet, so I guess we'll go with using iOS's nav bar. As I said earlier in the stream, we're using UIKit for navigation, not SwiftUI. Uh, using so it might look a little funny, I guess is what I'm saying. We're gonna have a navigation bar, navigation view in our preview, not in the main view. Clean that up. Navigation type A. Nice. I need this. I want to move this model to another file. Not right this second. What I first want to do put a spacer at the bottom, close to the top of this. There we go. Should we label that this is today? Well, before we make any more UI decisions, let's clean up. Let's move this today view model. Hide the canvas again. Sidebar. We just have a today screen. Add the today view model as a new file. That. I'm thinking, should we put this inside of today's screen extension? I'm not sure. What do we have left? Previews. Cell view. So given a view model, show a stack that goes through all the symptoms in that view model and makes a row for that. So name will be today. And for each cell, for each symptom cell, that's going to be a horizontal stack of symptoms name plus stuff, and that some stuff happens to be a loop through the entries. If they occurred or not, we're going to show a circle so the user knows if and look back and see if the symptom occurred or not. That when I say some stuff, it makes me think this wants to be a view kind of grouped together. So let's pull that out. Is it right to pull it out right now, or wait a little bit? We could wait on that. We could wait on that. We don't know if this is ever going to be reused, and it's not so long that we can't see what this is looking at it. But it is kind of a mouthful. It is kind of a mouthful. I'm gonna leave it for now. Preview data. Their view model. What else is this? Arrow. I guess we could say today's date. Be a nice. Just can we put new lines? I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't put a new line in the top from a little subtitle view, or put it on the same line. I guess we'll put it on the same line for now. I'll ask the designer what she wants. Today's date. State. This will be date formatter. Right now. It's a problem. Will not found. Right there. Right here. Do we have to like set it up further? There we go. I guess we just further. Even look better. Looks okay. Where there's all this space up here. Oh, okay. Well, next two buttons: add symptoms and view summary. Should those be like on a toolbar? Put those on a toolbar. Label is going to be text. Oh, I think we can make it be like a little plus button. Bring out this thing again. What's this? Previewer for tools. Is plus. The other one, summary. It says summary. Maybe. Idea of looking back. Yeah, well, just go with the sum for now. Oh, oops. Oh, it needs to be. Yeah, okay. Now, clean. Not showing up on our preview. Well, I guess we can always make our own little toolbar. The add button. And of course. Where's this guy? Oh, is add not the right name? Is it? Okay, it was there. Just I don't want that to be on a tool. Navigation view. Let's hit the Google. SwiftUI toolbar. Create a toolbar and add buttons to it. Great. Oh, placement bar. Okay. Try it. I guess that's that instead of the H dash. Oops. There we go. Ooh, this file is getting a little large. You could pull out the cell, pull out the previews. I really like having the previews in here. Perhaps we could take out the preview data though, that to a separate file. Maybe even onto here since there's not much going on here, or on an extension on here in file data or something. Yeah, let's do that. We need that stuff. Extension model. Of course, only if the debug mode. Preview. And then we can copy this here. Need all this. Ah, there we go. Maybe it is time to take this cell out. Green symptom row. What is symptom cell? Sure, cell is fine. Get all that. You need SwiftUI. And in this tool, a lot of space. I'm not sure how we're going to do the actions yet, so I really move those out yet. The main reason. in the preview and show working. Oh, and just like you can only look. Okay. What did we do? Bring tower back to the screen. It all. As we move stuff out of the today's screen, the main thing we did with added the toolbar. Cell today model out of a screen. I guess that's more. Let's clean up and go in the notes. Add toolbar. Today's screen. Notes. Okay, what's next? So I guess one thing that's next is if we've run the app in the simulator, we'll see where we started the day. I haven't hooked this up to the main. We haven't hooked this up to the app delegate yet. Maybe we'll do that next. Hey, Meow Meow, how's it going? So, going back to the scene delegate, we want to show the screen that we're making. Oh, and thanks for the follow too, by the way. Thanks so much. So the way that we show SwiftUI screens in UIKit is, of course, the host controller. Thanks, you too. Is a proud view model? Yes, we don't have a view model yet for the main screen. We only have preview data. One thing we can do is we can change this to be a state as something we're expecting to come in later, or set it as here again. We have the name and entries. We have a list of symptoms. I guess like when you first start up the app, you don't see any symptoms. Add some. So I guess we want to start with sort of an empty view model. Of course, that will change soon. Yeah, well, that's empty, all right. We don't even see the title because we're not inside of a navigation control. Um, so let's build that navigation controller. Um, just call it PC. Oh, and that should be that. Show the nav. Okay, so we see that. Like that to be a large title. I think that's nav.prefer. Navigation bar. Yeah, here it is. Have our buttons are. Oh, I should show you the simulator. Yeah. So now the now the now the nav bar is showing with today's date. The plus button's hooked up. The summary button's hooked up. That's great. So now showing our screen in the simulator. My water's empty. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Okay. So yeah, we have hooked up the we've hooked up the view that we made to the main app. We can run the app. We don't have the other views yet. See that the buttons are indeed hooked up. So let's commit this little bit. Hook up to the screen. Show it in there. Little birdie. Show today in the app. Just use. Okay. What is left? So we did the walkthrough of the empty project, do the mockup that we're working on. We started building the main screen. And I can preview, like uh, to show the symptoms of your last 3 days. Um, and I think that's going to be enough for today. But I'll see you guys again tomorrow, in the afternoon. Every weekday, we continue to work on this app for tracking your symptoms, SwiftUI. Thanks so much for joining.